Hello people, it's Dave here from Creative Guitar Lounge. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I'd like to wish you all the best for 2024 when it comes. So whatever you celebrate, I hope you enjoyed it. One of the things I treated myself to at Christmas, after thinking about it for a while, was a little wireless guitar system, which I'm just going to do a little demo of, but I'll just show you first of all. It's actually a Lekato system, so it's a little receiver and sender, so a transmitter and a receiver. One plugs into your guitar or whatever instrument you're using, and the other obviously into your effects box or your amplifier, whatever you want to do. But it basically solves one of the problems which has been a bugbear for me personally for all of my days, which is cables. I hate them. Absolutely cannot stand cables. I appreciate that they do what they do, and in a lot of cases there isn't another solution, and they can be really good, but if you're like me and you're a little home studio owner, the place is quite often like spaghetti. You're tripping over things. They just look untidy, and they break all the time. I find, particularly guitar cables. I'm not even playing live very much anymore on stage, where I'm sort of standing on cables or tripping them over them. But I am in a sort of attic studio, so sometimes that can happen. But I just find no matter what kind of quality of guitar leads I buy, they don't seem to last long. Particularly the cable, the actual connection that goes into the jack socket, they seem to just get loose, and yeah, I get intermittent signals and they break. So anyway, I thought I'd try these, give these a try. You've probably seen videos about these and similar. There's a lot of them around. All these kind of cheap Chinese places like Temu are doing them. You can get them for like a couple of quid. And I've seen people reviewing them and they actually seem to be pretty good. But I thought I'd go kind of, I suppose, the sort of lower end of mid-range and get these Lekato ones from Amazon. These were just under £26 for the two of them, and they come obviously the transmitter, the receiver. They come in a nice little box, just the usual kind of quite nice little padded black box, and they have a little USB splitter cable so that you can charge them both at the same time from whatever your USB charging thing is. So these are fully charged up. They take a little while to charge. They arrived with a little bit of charge on them, so I was able to try them briefly, and then they needed a good solid charge. So they've been charged now for, I think they take about 2 hours to be fully charged, and when they get charged you get an indicator on them which lets you know that they're fully charged. So they're ready to go. I'll do a little demonstration in a minute, but I just want to show you the other thing they come with is an almost useless instruction manual with print so tiny that even with specs on it's hard to read, but it also doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. They're actually really pretty simple. So what you have to do is, these actually have they're actually radio, they're not Bluetooth, they're actually radio transmitters and receivers, and they have 4 different frequencies that you can select, and you basically just have to, when you switch them both on, they pair automatically, but you can toggle through. If I switch them both on, there's a little switch, there's an on and off switch on the side, and then there's a little switch underneath which just toggles through the channels, and you just have to make sure that they're both on the right channel. So the top button flashes to correspond to the channel, so if it flashes once, that's channel 1, flashes twice, 2, so on, up to 4. So when they're both doing that, then they both go to a solid light, red for the transmitter, green for the receiver. Okay, so let's give them a try. I've tried them already and I'm quite impressed. I'm going to do a little demonstration with my Black Star guitar, and it's just really going through a condenser vocal microphone, so it's not going to be an amazingly great sound. I just want to demonstrate how they work and explain the kind of applications that I'm going to put them to. So let's do that. So there you go. I think they're actually pretty good. That was just me wandering out of shot there. The length of this room, which is about 7 meters. So not that far, but you know, kind of as far as you would probably need in most cases. My plan for these, I can't demonstrate this right now because I have another cable or audio problem to solve before I can do that. But my idea was that amp and the Marshall underneath it really could do with being recorded a lot louder than they were there, and better setup, to be fair. But my idea was, if I can play the guitar wirelessly from actually underneath here, which is basically our living room, I can play the guitar there, have it recording up here with the wireless setup. There doesn't seem to be any latency at all, and there doesn't seem to be much or any signal deterioration I can find so far. And I have tested that does work, because literally the living room is right underneath this floor. So I can do that. And it means I could, in theory, be able to crank these amps up a lot more than I can at the moment, because if I'm standing beside these recording with headphones, it's really, really difficult, because an awful lot of the amp noise is covering, you know, what I'm monitoring, the drums and everything else in the headphones. So my idea was I could use these Bluetooth earbuds as headphones downstairs while I'm doing that. I have found, however, that there's quite a lot of latency with the Bluetooth, so I'm going to have to work out another fix for that. But as far as recording the guitar goes, that certainly is a winner. So maybe that's, I mean, apart from just getting rid of the hassle of cables, which I think is reason enough to go for this kind of little system, there are implications for recording, particularly in a kind of home studio setup. So you could maybe have the guitar elsewhere in a cupboard, whatever. It just means that you are not limited by cables with all their associated problems. So I hope you find that useful. These are, I'll put the details of these in the description, and I'll put an Amazon link if you happen to be in the UK that you might find useful. That's where I got them. They were 25 something, just under £26. There are lots of options. There are much more expensive ones than that. There are much cheaper ones which might well work, but as an idea, I think it's just well worth having a look at. So I hope you found that useful. If so, let me know what you think, and let me know what your experiences have been. If you like the video, please just hit that little like button, and do, if you haven't so far, do subscribe, because it really helps me get to those kind of magic YouTube numbers where I can maybe start to get this channel at least, you know, paying something towards what I can produce for everyone's benefit. So thanks again, it's been Dave, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.